Well, hello everybody. I'm Jillian.
I'm John. And this is Roman.
Finally, hello. A lot has happened since our last episode. Oh my goodness. Clearly.
Yeah. Yep.
So last time we were together, we were packing our hospital bag, and good thing we packed it early.
Because we went to the doctor and found out that Jillian was struggling with gestational hypertension.
Which means my blood pressure was really high. And they measured it twice, and it was consistently high, which is a bad thing, in case you didn't know.
So they induced labor 2 days later.
So that was a whirlwind, and we didn't really have time to film anything after that because we were in prepare for baby mode.
However, we put together this episode to let you enjoy the process of what we went through.
It was a long process. So we were told we were going to be induced on a Friday, and then we got induced on a Monday, last week Monday, and Roman came on Wednesday. So it was a long time in the hospital.
Yes, it was.
And we have some fun footage to show you exactly what kinds of shenanigans we were up to while we were waiting for 38 hours of labor.
So, okay, we checked in on Monday morning at 10 a.m. And we got into our room, and they began by giving Jillian a hormone.
Yep, a hormone that is released when you begin labor on your own. So we're like, yay, here we go. Okay, this is the most unglamorous. So you can hear all those womp, 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 womp in the background.
That's Roman.
Oh, by the way, hi, we're in the hospital.
We're in the hospital.
And we've actually been here for a little while, but we were like so distracted with stuff. We forgot to film anything. Yeah. So we had lunch. They're letting me eat. We got checked in, and we've watched some TV, and they started me on some hormones to start things moving. Oh man, did they work?
Yeah, she was having contractions about a minute
apart, which is a little too fast. So they just gave me something to kind of slow them down a little bit. And
whoa,
that noise!
Someone's doing flips in there.
That's Roman. That's his little monitor, and you can hear his heartbeat. But when you hear
it's like punching something.
Wah wah wah. When you hear those big sounds, that's him moving around. He's getting lunch that I ate like an hour ago. So that's what's going on. They put an IV in me. It looks really scary and intense, but it feels really nice. What are you doing, John?
I'm just hanging out, keeping her company, keeping her calm.
Sorry, the video's shaky. My hand is a little shaky right now.
It's okay. You don't have to worry about a thing.
So yeah, I'm wearing this very stylish hospital gown. I'm sleeping on the boppy.
I'm just hanging out.
It's like 2:40. We got here
10
at 10, and I probably got my medication at noon.
Yeah.
And then at about 10 minutes ago, they gave me the stuff to slow it down, and it feels a lot better.
Yeah, look at that. Even on her chart, they're way more spread out.
I don't know. Can I flip this?
Not while you're.
Oh, not while I'm flipping. But we'll show you our hospital room. But anyways, okay.
This is our room.
Oh, hello.
Oh, let me go back.
Welcome to the suite. You know, I imagine he's making those sounds, but then he's like making them with his mouth. It's like him screaming into the microphone. So here we are.
There's her little chart thing. There's Roman. Hey, how's it going?
It does not feel good. I'm on a birthing ball. They got me on a Bluetooth monitor. I'm just eating a popsicle. The big debate is when to get the epidural. Epidural or not epidural.
That is the question.
I feel like I wanted to wait longer, but if I'm not gonna go to sleep tonight if I keep feeling like this. So it's a matter of how far along I've come. I'm contracting a lot. Oh, it is 6:30. So hopefully I've progressed.
7:00 p.m. She's on her feet. Constant contractions render her speechless.
This machine's a liar. It says I'm not having a contraction, but it hurts so bad. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, she's had a lot of contractions.
We're like a minute apart, which is a lot. It's a lot for only being like that dilated, but hey, it's induction, you know?
So they wanted to wait and see how much she would dilate on her own, and she dilated about 2 centimeters
which is
over the course
nothing.
of many hours.
After about 8 hours of agony, because I was having a lot of contractions, I decided to finally get an epidural because I gotta tell you, that was painful. And then I felt great.
Yeah.
I know an epidural is not for everybody, but I loved it.
10:40 p.m.
I have a new best friend. This little green button. This is my epidural button.
And I have a popsicle.
So I got quite far until like 9 o'clock without an epidural. So about almost 12 hours, so like 10 hours without an epidural. And then I had, my contractions were less than a minute apart and very intense because it's induction. And I started crying during one of them. So I was like, it's epidural time. And I feel much better.
So then we sat and waited for
30 more hours.
Yeah, for about 30 hours.
Yeah, such form, such elegance and grace.
Hey everybody, John here. I've just been hanging out for many hours, doing very little. Done a good job of keeping Jillian calm. Yep, cracked a few jokes here and there. It's 7 a.m. We had a nap. How you doing?
Pretty good. Good. I'd like to have a baby today.
Hey, Super Trooper.
Hello.
What time is it?
Excuse me. It is 11:37.
Of day 2.
I've officially been here 25 and a half hours. But everything's going good. Slow and steady wins the race, so that we don't push it too far too fast and then get stuck and have to do a C-section. So it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm just very, very hungry. I think I'll have a big burger after I give birth.
4 o'clock.
Guess what? It's 4 o'clock. And I'm still fergnert. Will you ever come?
Yeah.
You think so?
And finally, there came a moment where they were telling us maybe we should just go home and wait it out. And
Can
see.
you imagine being in labor for 30 hours and then having them say to you, hey, maybe your body's just not ready for this. We could send you home for about 2 days.
What did you
and
say?
then have you come back and try again.
What?
So needless to say,
We were not pleased by this.
we talked about it a lot. They gave us the option though. The other option was to stay and try a couple of more interventions and then commit to giving birth though, even if it ended in a cesarean, which is totally normal, but obviously you want to avoid that if you can.
Especially on your first child.
Because it's major surgery. Long story short, we have a big discussion about it, and John decides we both decide we're gonna stay, and John decides to go home for a little bit to shower and eat because we were told it's gonna be a while still. Then what happens?
So the second I leave, and I mean like I get into the car, I've checked out of the hospital, and I get a call on my phone. Jillian's like, hey, so my water just broke naturally.
All by itself.
So then I turned around, I came back, and from there to Roman's actual birth was less than 6 hours.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. It is now 8:50 p.m. of the second day. How are we doing?
My water broke.
Finally, something happened.
I've been only 2 centimeters dilated for like ever, and I still only am. But my water broke on its own. So now we have me in all kinds of fun positions to try to get him deeper into the birth canal, and we'll see.
It's happening.
But it's all good. It's very good. We had to have a really intense conversation about potentially like going home and pausing the whole process, or continuing with more things that would potentially just increase our chances of, you know, a C-section and whatever. And we decided that we were gonna stay because we're ready.
Yeah.
And as soon as we made that decision, they flipped me over. They're like, "Oh,
your water broke."
Your water broke. So,
Oh, imagine that.
looks like your body's ready to do this." So I probably have makeup all over my. I don't.
You look.
I was crying a lot
beautiful.
because I was very frustrated. But I looked pretty good still. So.
There was one scary moment in between where his heart rate dropped a little bit, and we were both dead asleep.
Imagine this. You're fast asleep. It's 1 a.m. All of a sudden, you hear all this commotion. You wake up, there's 8 or 9 doctors and nurses in the room. They're going like, stat! And then they're like, shot into her butt. And then they're like,
Into my butt? Was it into my
it was
butt?
your thigh. You couldn't feel
Oh,
it.
I was numb. I couldn't.
She had an epidural. And then they have an oxygen mask on her, and they're like, we gotta do this right now! And she's on her hands and knees, and imagine this, a pregnant woman on her hands and knees, essentially naked, with all these doctors
And I
holding her.
had no control over my legs because I was numb, so they were literally holding me like that.
And
It was...
So this goes on for about 10 minutes, and all of a sudden, they're like, good job, team, and everyone leaves.
And we were like, I'm sorry, what just happened?
Okay.
One contraction that was really, really long. And when you contract, it pushes all of the oxygen out of the uterus. And so he couldn't breathe for a couple of seconds, and that caused his heart rate to drop. So they had to do all of these things to slow down the contractions and get him comfortable again, which they did. And it was totally fine. They did an amazing job. We had a great experience at the hospital.
So we can breathe.
Yeah.
So then from there,
Right from there, they said, hey, after all that, you're 10 centimeters dilated. It's time to give birth to this baby.
now credit where credit's due. We waited in there for about 40 hours, and then they're like, okay, so you have these muscles in your pelvic floor and in your back and in your abdomen, and we want you to push down and out. Now, for most of you, that's a foreign feeling, but for those of us who've sung opera, that's pretty normal. So she does her first push, and the nurse goes, whoa! And 4 pushes later, Roman's out. Like, not even 15 minutes. And I have to tell you, the pushing, because you wait for a contraction and then you push. So she pushed for all of like 45 seconds, and ta-da!
He was ready.
So all that
And
say,
look at all this hair.
I know, where did it come from?
I was born bald and John was born bald.
Where did you get all that?
Anyway, so Roman Daniel was born at 2:08 a.m. on Wednesday, August 12th, and he weighed 5 pounds 15 ounces.
Yep.
Came home at 5 pounds 9 ounces because they lose all the IV fluids and stuff. He's a great sleeper, as you can tell. Oh, he's been awake this whole time.
Hi.
Hi.
He loves to eat just like his dad.
Loves to eat.
He's playing baseball already.
He poops a lot, which is good.
He's a very happy dude.
He didn't have jaundice, but he was borderline, and then he started pooping and peeping a lot, and that went away, so that was nothing.
His bilirubin was high.
Which we can't remember the name bilirubin half the time, so we've been calling it his
Billy Bob
Thornton's. So we're going to the doctor today for his 1-week checkup.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna do just great, and he's asleep. Thanks everybody, that was our episode.
We hope you liked it. Things are going to be a little different now, because now it's going to be all about this guy and our experiences as new parents and dealing with this little fluffer.
And you'll probably think our videos are a lot better now because we've got
really
him.
cute. So, like, share, please subscribe in this general direction.
And to get your fill of this little
guy.
gentleman,
This handsome fella.
this little Roman. So, bye everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh.